Okay, so somebody was saying something when I was away. Aditya, you saying something better? You don't have the webcam. Okay, figure it out. But while you were away, we have made it mandatory for everybody to keep their videos on because that's the only way I am able to engage with you guys better. So one class, two classes, okay, understood. But as a practice, we'll make sure that everybody is on video. Okay? So in the last class, what did we do? Let's see who are remembers. Yes, Sikhar, go ahead.
Graphing sine and cosine tangent. Well, we didn't really graph it, we just like looked at it.
Exactly. So we did graphing of sine and cosine functions. And when I say graphing of sine and cosine functions, essentially we did nothing. What we did was this. And is everybody able to see the screen okay? Based on recent recommendation from kids, I'm going back to the old school where my background of the screen is black and I'm using a white ink, okay? So let me know if you guys are having difficulty in seeing it. So when I'm talking about graphing sine and cosine functions, this is exactly what we did. Graph y equal to sin x and graph y equal to cos x. And we did graphing of that. Sikar, you're saying something better? Okay.
I'm just talking.
Okay. So this is what we did. And I understand Aditya must be scrambling to figure out what is going on because since you were away for a few weeks, you would not know. Just to give you a quick dump of what we have done. When you were away, we started learning a little bit about trigonometry. That is where we talked about the trig ratios, sine, cosine, and tangent. And then we learned about unit circle theorem. That is what enabled us to know how do we find out the value of those trig ratios, sine, cosine, tangent, for angles beyond 90 degree also. Because right angle triangle, when you talk about, it only goes up to 90 degree. That's the maximum angle that it supports. So what I will do, Aditya, is I will send you some of the video links of the previous classes, okay? Because and I would want you to just go through them and make your notes. And if there's something that is not clear to you, let me know. I will probably bother you on one of the Saturday mornings between 8:30 and 9:30 if you can manage 45 minutes. Next couple of weeks, weekends, we can sit together. I can walk you through these and make sure that you're on the same page. Yeah. So I'll send you the video, link of the video of the few classes which will help you get on the same page. And whatever is missing, whatever is not clear, we'll work together. Okay. So today we are going to talk about. So what we'll do is I'll quickly try to plot y equal to sine of x or cos of x real quick. I'll not take much of time. And then by the side we'll try plotting the function tan of x. Okay. So is that okay, guys? I mean, because that will help us relate a tangent function with a sine function or cosine function. Yeah. So let's look at it. So and you guys would be knowing about it. You guys have attended the previous class, except Aditya, everybody was there in the class. But I'm just trying to help you guys recall. If I'm talking about plotting y equal to sine of x or cosine of x, we are not talking about anything funky here. Okay? We are talking about some basic concepts. Aditya, do you have any exposure to the trig ratios, sine, cosine, tangent, SOHCAHTOA? A little bit? It's okay. I mean, I'm just curious to know. Would it sound totally gibberish to you, or I would make a little bit of sense? That's why I'm asking this question. I'm sorry, Ram? Okay. So when I explain this, I'm anyways trying to make sure that I keep it simple, but I'll just keep an extra focus on that part. Okay. Go ahead. So here's the thing. In the last class, when we talked about graphing y equal to sine of x, For me, it is no different from any regular equation. Yeah? Arya, keep your video on the y equal to sine of x. And if Arya is thinking why only me, Disali and Vasundhara have given me a reason for not being able to keep their video on. Aditya has an issue with his webcam, so that's why. Okay, I'm trying to be fair with everybody. Okay, so here when I'm trying to plot this, for me this is nothing but an equation, and on the right hand side of the equation, whatever I have, this is just not a variable; it's a sine function or a trig ratio, sine of x. And when we are trying to plot this, any equation or function that you try to plot, you have to just deal with the two variables. Here x and here you have y. X here is nothing but the angles. So what we'll do is we'll put angles 0 degree, 45 degree, 90 degree, let's say 180 degree, 270 degree, and let's say 360 degree. I'm just trying to make a complete circle. So when I'm talking about x, I can talk about x in degree or I can talk about x in radian. I'm putting radian thing only for reference. When I'm talking about radian, everybody remembers 180 degree is equal to pi radian. These are just two different units of measuring angles. Radian, not radius. 0 degree will be 0 radian. 45 degree, 180 is pi radian, so it will be pi over 4. 90 degree will be equal to pi over 2. 180 degree is anyways pi. 270 would be 3 by 2 pi radian. And 360 degree will be equal to 2 pi. So if radian bothers you guys at all, now we have somebody called king of ECHS. May I know who is it? This class is meant for only kids who are here to learn something. What is your name? You are here to learn, but I am not teaching anybody whom I don't know. If you tell me your name and the grade in which you are, then only you will be expected to be here. Otherwise, okay, that's okay. You will be not allowed to be here. Thank you. All right. Yes, Nandya.
Sir, I'm very sorry. I don't know why these people are recording. I just went viral on TikTok for one thing, and I don't know how they found my class, so they're just keep on doing this.
That's
I have nothing to do with that. So.
That's okay. That's fine. It takes me just a click to get rid
They've
of.
just been harassing me.
I'm sorry.
They've just been harassing me. Just remove them from the meetings they don't have.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. For me, just a click of a link to get them out. You guys, when you are in the class, you are the safest place because you're not learning things from a teacher. You're learning from somebody who is a father as well. So you'll have that fatherly support and the cushion from me. Don't worry about it. All right. So let's continue. So everybody here, we are talking to plot y equal to sine of x, and as most of you would have done, I'm just going slow so that Aditya is also able to catch up. We are trying to plot this equation. Here in this case, what is different is x is my angle and we are trying to plot sine of x. And as you would remember, sine of 0 degree is 0, sine of 45 degree is 1 by root 2, sine of 90 degree is 1, sine of 180 degree is 0 again, sine of 270 degree is minus 1, and sine of 360 degree is 1. 0. And again it relates back to the concept of unit circle that Aditya has not gotten a chance to deal with. But don't worry about it. For now you can assume that these are the right values and you don't have to trust me blindly. What you can do is you can use your calculator and put the value of 90 degree and sine of 90 degree. Calculator will tell you it is 1. Yeah? Yeah. don't worry about it. I'll break it down. I will beat it down to death. Don't worry about it. Okay? That's why I'm going to give you the link of the classes that you have missed, so that you are able to relate to it conceptually. And then after that, whatever is remaining, we can get into a call. I'll just make you wake up a little bit early on a Saturday, and we can decode this together. Okay? So here I have x and y values, and when we are trying to plot it in a graph, in a coordinate plane, the real queen of PCHs. This PCHs is of no use for me, so it is not supposed to be in the class. Thank you so much. And every time you try joining, you'll be kicked out. Okay. So here we have the table created, and I purposefully put the angle in radian also, because when you visualize this in a graph, in a coordinate plane, you will see that we start moving from degree to radian when it comes to sine, cosine and tangent functions. Okay? And here on the x-axis I will have angle. So this is 0, this is, let's say, pi by 4 or 45 degree, this is pi by 2 or 90 degree, pi by 2 or 90 degree, this is pi, not this one, probably pi will be somewhere here, pi or 180 degree, 3 by 2 pi or 270 degree, or this is 2 pi or 360 degree. If you try plotting it, here let's say this is 0.5, this is 1, here it is minus 0.5, and here it is 1, minus 1. When angle is 0, y is 0, this is y, which is equal to sine of x here in this case. This is my first point. When angle is 45 degree or pi over 4, this is 1 by root 2. Root 2 is 1.414. When you divide 1 by 1.414, it will be somewhere around 1498. So 0.7 something. So you are looking at a point here. For angle of pi over 4, you are looking at y value equal to somewhere around 0.7. When angle is pi by 2 or 90 degree, you are looking at 1. When angle is pi, which is 180 degree, you are here, your value of y is 0. When your angle is 3 pi over 2 or 270 degree, you are looking at minus 1. So you are coming somewhere here. And when you make 360 degree, your point is here. So now if you join these points with a free hand, this is what you will see. This is exactly what a sine curve looks like, or a graph of a sine function looks like. Yeah? Everybody recalls that? Aditya, even if you heard this thing graphing sine of x for the first time, this should make you believe that this is not coming from anywhere very complicated in nature. This is based on those basic concepts that we are already aware of, or we are following the same guiding principle. Put one value of one variable. See, there is a student who is not supposed to be here, and that bites. Okay, so Datta and Srikar, you guys have to keep your videos on. Other 4 kids have reason for not keeping the video on today. So here we just put one value of one variable, got the value corresponding value of the other variable, created this table, and we plotted it. This is the behavior of the sine curve. If you want to double click on this and make your understanding right, who is Raghav? Oh, TikTok.com. Some TikTok kings and queens are joining the class. So it's a good news actually. I'm becoming famous, isn't it? Good. Let's come back to original agenda of the class. So this is a sine curve. Summary of this is, if I want to put it in 2 lines, value of sine theta, no matter what the angle is, it fluctuates between 1 and minus 1. That is what That is what unit circle theorem says. I see somebody has joined just now. Who is Shibal? Okay, I will find out a way to make sure that unnecessary people don't join. And Mr. Sibal, I am putting an abuse report for you. Okay? Congratulations. Okay. Just give me a second, guys. Today is, what I'll have to do is just create a separate classroom so that these idiots don't get a chance to poke their nose into it. And it doesn't even know how it went to people whom it was not supposed to go.
Sir, if it's too much of a problem, I can leave the meeting. I know these people are from my school. I don't know why they're.
It's okay. They are gone. They are gone, and
And host controls that lets you let people that you accept into the meeting.
that's
Yeah.
a good point. That's a very good point, actually.
But I don't know why they keep on doing that. It just makes something.
That's okay.
I don't know how they found my class.
That's okay with her. That's perfectly fine. So, okay, let me. Just give me a second. So, if any of you know how to block it, let me share my screen real quick. Because these guys will.
That tool used to be there. I don't know, they might have updated it, but it should be in your
Oh,
post.
yeah, I have host control. Okay.
Yeah.
So here, host manager. Let's do this please. Restricted, okay. I have a way to restrict everybody. Wonderful. That's good. So now if I see any nuisance, I can decide. Okay. View Sharma, you are kicked out. So see, this is where the problem is, right? It's when they are supposed to spend their time and energy learning things, they get diverted by this stupid, unproductive stuff. No, I'm not admitting anybody. All right. So now I have full control. Thanks, Ricker, for that input. I have seen this one. I don't blame this much. So, and request you guys not to let anybody in, okay? Okay. So guys, I think we have a problem. There are some unnecessary anti-social elements in this class. I will kick them out. I will send out a separate link to you guys. Join on that link, okay? Yep. Just log out from this place and I will send a separate link. Okay. So, all right. Can you guys hear me okay? Yeah. Okay. I will Ananya. I will Ahmed speaker. Ananya, I have already admitted. I see. Ananya, can you hear me okay, beta? Speaker, can you hear me okay? Okay. Who is CDB? Okay. Ananya, can you hear me? Aditya, you are here, right? Aditya, can you hear me? Aditya, you are mute. Can you unmute yourself and tell me that you are here? Vasundhara, can you hear me okay now? Okay, good. Yeah, okay. Aditya, are you able to hear me? Are you the right Aditya or
Yeah.
Uh,
It's like
okay, yeah, I can hear you now.
alright.
Okay.
It's just like you're going
I don't know, is it because of summer break or whatever reason? Some unnecessary kids have got access to my class and they are trying to disturb the class. Okay? Alright, so let me put that restriction as well. I have restriction on. No trusted, only restricted. Okay. Alright, let's continue. My bad. I'm extremely sorry for wasting everybody's time. So here's the thing. So we saw how do we graph sine of x, and this is something that you guys have done before. So you are aware of it. I was just trying to make sure that Aditya is also on the same page, at least when it comes to relating to it. Okay? Now, we'll take the same information and we will try plotting it for y equal to 10 of x. And only difference that we had seen in the last class was between sine of x and cos of x. Sine of x starts from here and goes like this curve. This is called sinusoidal wave also in real life. You would have come across this term before. If not, take that as a finding or new information. When you plot a sine of x or sine of a theta on a coordinate plane, this is how this wave will look like. This is called sinusoidal wave or sinusoidal curve also. Okay? And what we saw was, if I'm talking about sine curve, it starts from 0 and goes like this. If I'm talking about cosine curve, you will see it starting from 1 because cos 0 degree is 1, and then the same curve, it feels like it has shifted by 90 degree this side. That's it. Ananya, are you here in the class? No, Ananya is not here. Ananya, is that you or somebody else? Ananya, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm here.
Ananya, this is not Ananya. This voice is different. And if you are trying to proxy for Ananya, you are not supposed to be here. You are stupid and unwanted. Yeah. You're unwanted. Gone. Okay? Okay. So Now, so sine and cosine curve we had done in the previous class. I just need a recap of that. Now let's try plotting tan of x and see what happens here. For all of you to remember and recall, the most important table would be this one that we have seen in the past. And I will keep on coming back to this table over and over again because this will be a part of life for us. 0, 40, 30, 45, 60 and 90. 0 degree is 0, 1 by 2, 1 by root 2, root 3 by 2, 1, 1 root 3 by 2, 1 by root 2, 1 by 2, 0, and sine over cos is 10. So 0 over 1 is 0, 1 by 2 over root 3 by 2 becomes 1 by root 3. This is 1 by root 2 by 1 by root 2 is 1, root 3 by 2 divided by 1 by 2 is root 3, and this is undefined or infinity. And we have to also, today is a day for unnecessary students. So I have two honeybees trying to learn how to plot tan of x. Alright, so for everybody to relate to the unit circle theorem, if you guys remember this is 0 degree, this is 90 degree, this is 180 degree, this is 270 degree, this is 360 degree or 0 degree, same thing. Unit circle says any point on the perimeter of this unit circle, x coordinate is cos of the angle and y coordinate is sine of that angle. Cos of that angle, sine of that angle. Cos of the angle, sine of the angle. So here, this is 0 degree, 0 radian, whatever you call it. Let me put the table first. So we are here trying to plot for x and y, whereby y is tan of x. So let's say what will be the value for 0, what will be the value for 45 degree, what will be the value for 90 degree, what will be the value for, let's say, 135 degree, what is the value for 180 degree, what will be the value of tangent for 270 degree, what is the value of tangent for 360 degree. Let's try putting those values here. Tangent of 0 degree, tangent of 0 degree or 0 radian. Here it is in radian. This is 30 degrees pi over 6, 45 degrees pi over 4, 60 degrees pi over 3, 90 degrees pi over 2. So here tangent of 0 degree, we see it's 0, we'll put it here. Tangent of 45 degree is 1, I'll put a 1 here. Tangent of 90 degree, undefined. What I will do is, I will sneak in another value here, okay? So that we have some pattern to the graph. Let's put 60 degree and then 90 degree, okay? Tangent of 60 degree is root 3 and tangent of 90 degree is undefined. Tangent of 135 degree, tangent of 135 degree, so 90 degree plus 45 degree, here, we are here. At this point, what is the value of tangent 140, what is the value of sine 145 degree and cos 145 degree, sine 135 degree and cos 145 degree, do you guys remember? Datta, is that you? The genuine Datta? We have a lot of fake students today, that's what I'm asking. Yeah, okay. And Ananya, is that you? The genuine Ananya or some fake Ananya? Ananya, you have to answer quickly. And you are not needed here, stupid. Right. Yeah. Okay. Alright. So, do you guys remember how to find out sine of 135 and cos of 135? Can you find it out? Shikhar, yeah, Shikhar. So I'm trying to fill this table, okay, so that we can plot it. I'm trying to find out the value of sine 135 and cos 135. Shikhar, Vasundhara, Disali, Datta, Riyahi, I would want to hear that from you guys. For Aditya, it will be a little too much today. Yes, Vanshika, tell me. I'm sorry, brother? Right, so don't worry about it. That is my job. I will give you a task of watching 2 or 3 videos. And that will clear a lot of dust. And after that, whatever extra is needed to clarify, I will clarify it. Okay? For now, you can just run your calculator, put the value of sine 135 degree and see what it gives you. Let's see what Ansika gives. Yes, Ansika. I'm sorry?
You said 10 of 135, right?
Before we do that, I want to know sine of 135 and cosine of 135 so that I can do sine over cos. And I'm just asking you guys this question because I want to see how much you are able to relate to it based on your understanding of unit circle. Sure. Vasundhara, are you able to recall beta?
Did you say sine of 135?
Yes, beta. Sine of 135 and cos of 135.
It's 1, sine of 135 is 1 over square root 2.
Uh-huh.
And then you said cos of 135?
Yes, beta.
Cos of 135 is negative
1 over.
and then 1 over.
Exactly. No, so that's what it will be, right? So look at this. When I'm talking about 135, I am going 90 plus 45. I am landing in this place. And my y coordinate value is going to be my sine of 135. And my x coordinate value is going to be my cos of 135. Here my cos is going to be negative. Now how negative? When I am talking about 45 degree here or 45 degree here, so my this length and this length is same. And square of this plus square of this gives me square of this. So this is x, both are same because angle is 45 degree each. So x squared plus x squared is equal to 1 squared. So 2x squared is equal to 1, x squared is equal to 1 by 2, x is equal to 1 by root 2. So this length is 1 by root 2, this length is 1 by root 2, this is positive which is sine of 135 degree, this is negative, this is cos of 135 degree. Both have same value, same absolute value, but both have the same magnitude, but cosine of 135 is negative, sine of 135 is positive. So same value in the numerator. So tan of 135 will be 1 by root 2 divided by minus 1 by root 2, which gives you the same value but with a negative 1. So what we are finding here is tan of 45 degrees 1, tan of 135 degrees minus 1. Similarly, if you go to tan of 180 degree, what is sine of 180 by cos of 180? Sine of 180 is coming here, your y coordinate is becoming 0. And cosine of 180 is minus 1. 0 by minus 1, 0 by minus 20, 0 by minus 200 doesn't make any difference to me. And plus or minus all the same. This is nothing but 0. So 10 of 180 is 0. Yeah? Is everybody with me, or I am just being successful in convincing myself? Srikhar, Disali, everybody okay? Sundara, Datta?
Yes, sir.
And today I am always very stupid as a teacher. Today I am more stupid actually, because I am even made to ask, are you the right student? Right? Let's say if Aditya is talking, if Aditya joins us here, are you the right Aditya or you are a fake Aditya? Which I never asked. Right? So, yeah. So, Aditya, you had raised your hand. Tell me what was the question that was coming to your mind? I'm sorry? Oh, that's right. So, is everybody okay so far? Srikhar, Disali, Hariyahi, Datta, Ansika, everybody okay? So, what we have done, see again, while I might sound little bit offbeat today because of all the disturbance we have had, but when it comes to drawing this y equal to 10 of x, it's all the same thing. We are not doing anything different. When we are trying to draw y equal to sine of x, we put the value of x and y, we plotted it. X-axis for angles, y-axis for sine value. When we are trying to plot tangent of x, we'll do the same thing. We are putting different angles, and then for the corresponding angles, we are trying to find out the value of tan theta. And we have filled up to here. Now I'll run a little fast. Tangent of 270 will be sine of 270 by cos of 270. By coming to this point, my sine of 270, I'm looking at -1 because my y coordinate is -1. My x coordinate is becoming 0. So my sine over cos is becoming -1 over 0, which is again undefined. This is what I am trying to depict here. That in case of when we are trying to plot sine of x or cos of x, it was pretty much a contiguous graph. Wherein here we have a lot of disruption in between. There are many angles for which my tangent, the trig ratio is becoming undefined. Like we had too many disruptions in the class today, we have too many disruptions in the graph also today. So maybe today's class was depicting disruption conceptually and physically both. Yeah, and we'll see that. Now when you come to tan of 360, so you are making a full circle here and coming to this point. At this point, what is the value? Sine of x. Sine of my y coordinate is sine of that angle. This is 360 or 0, same. My y coordinate is 0. So 0 over cos, which is 1. So this is 0 again. Now we will try to create a picture of this in our mind. Let me create some real estate here. So let's try plotting this tangent of x. This is, let's say, 45 degree or pi by 4. This is 90 degree or pi by 2. This is 180 degree or pi in radian. This is 270 degree or 3 by 2 pi in radian. This is 360 degree or 2 pi in radian. And this is my y value. I'll say 0.5 and 1. Here I'll say minus 0.5 and 1 for now. Okay. Now let's see how is my tangent graph behaving. When x is 0, y is 0. When angle is 0, my y value is also 0. When x is 45, it is becoming 1. So when my angle is 45 degree or pi over 4, it is becoming 1. When x is 60, it is becoming root 3 by 2. Sorry, root 3, which is 1.732 if I am not wrong. So when x is 60, it's somewhere here, 1.7, somewhere around 2, so very little fault. When x is 90, meaning my angle became 90, it became infinity. So what happened was, this graph was behaving normally so far, and then it literally took off. So up to here it was okay, it was going slowly here, and as soon as it came to 90 it just took off. Similarly, when you go in the negative direction, you will see the same behavior. So 0 to 90 in positive side, or 0 to 90 degree in negative side. So minus 90 up to 90 degree, if you will see this is the graph it plots. Now let's go to 135 degree. When x was, my angle was 135 degree, meaning somewhere here, it was again 1. When x became 180 degree, it was 0. What is happening here? X is 180 degree, angle is 180 degree, it is 0. Okay. 270 degree infinity. Okay, got it. So here I should have made it more granular here so that we can depict it better. But what you can see here is, oh, sorry, that's why I was wondering what is going on. When x is 135 degrees minus 1, so I'm looking at this point. That's why I'm wondering where am I going actually. It's here. So basically what you're seeing here is that your tangent function, when you're trying to graph the tan of x, you have breaks, and this break happens at every 90 degree. See, this 90 degree, you became undefined. When you went from here to 270, you moved by 180 degree again, it again became undefined, or it just took off, it became infinity. Okay? So this will be the pattern that you will see every 180 degree. 0 here, 180 here, 360 here. You will see this touches the x-axis or the horizontal axis at these points. Every point will touch, but then it takes off right after 90 degree from the point where it touches the x-axis. So this is the behavior of, this is the pattern of the tangent graph, tangent curve. You can keep on going in the positive direction, meaning you can, in the unit circle, you can keep moving in the positive direction, or you can go in this direction. Any which way, you will see this is going to be a graph. This is the pattern that you will see. Every 180 degree, you will touch x-axis. Every 180 degree difference here, meaning 90 to 270, 180 degree difference. 270 plus 180, 450 degree difference. You will see your graph just takes off. This is where, when the function becomes undefined, it actually makes your whole graph break into pieces. So, if I try teaching this to you guys like a regular teacher does, without breaking it like this, right? People will say, you know what? This is a sine graph, sine curve. It's like this. Here it is 0, here it is 360 degree, or 2 pi. If you are looking at the cos graph of the cos function, sine starts from 0, cos starts from 1. And it's the same graph. It's like it's shifted by 90 degree this way or this way. When you extend it on the negative side of the angle, it will extend like this. And here it is 0, here it is again 2 pi. So after every 2 pi, you will see a sine and cos graph touching the x-axis, or the y value becoming 0, or sine of 0 and 360 will be same, 0 value. Cos of 90 and 270 Okay. Cos of this one is 2 pi. This is pi. Okay. So cos of is touching here. This place is 360 or 2 pi. So this place is 90, 180 and 90. Okay, yeah. So 90 and 270 is when you will see your graph of cos function touches the x-axis. Okay. Now, why I am plotting this here? Because I am trying to tell you guys something. The properties of the sine and cosine functions, okay, or even the tangent function, but we'll try decoding the sine cosine part today. At least when it comes to creating a picture of sine and cosine graphs in your mind. Are you guys clear? I mean, just by looking at the graph, will you be able to determine whether it's a cos function or a sine function graph? Yeah? Srikar, Vasundhara, Aditya, I know it's a new journey altogether, but at least you should have this in your mind that sine starts from 0 and cosine starts from 1. Okay? 90 degrees here. And when we talk about tangent function, we saw that it is more interesting. Okay? So it is like inverted, I don't know what is the name that you can give it, but it's like in regular interval, every 180 degree you will see this whole thing repeating. Okay? So sine cosine graphs, one straight contiguous curve, tangent keeps breaking after every 180 degree. Yeah? Now, why I'm stressing so much on this thing? Does anybody know what is this called? The distance between two consecutive points where it comes to the same place from where it had started. Do you guys know what is that called? In the scenario of a graph, it's called period. This is called one period of the graph, 2 pi. After which this whole cycle repeats. After 2 pi again, this whole cycle will repeat. So this is called one period of the graph. And you can measure the period from any place. Let's say if you are starting from this place. Here, if you look at the graph, it's going upward. So you cannot say these two are the same points. At this point, this is going up, at this point, this is going down. So you not treat these two as the same point. You are actually making one complete cycle and then coming to the point from where it starts the same behavior. So this distance or this measurement is called period. We'll go more into the detail of it, but I'm just giving you guys a view of it. So if you hear about a period of a graph, this is a period of the graph. 2 points where it comes to the same state from where it had started. Okay. Here, if I'm measuring period, I can measure from here to here. These two are same place, same point. Here also the graph is going downward. Here also the graph starts going downward. So these two are the right representation of a period of a graph. Yeah. Does it make sense, everybody? Other term that will come across is called amplitude. What is amplitude? Amplitude gives you how much this moves against the base. So this is the amplitude, meaning the maximum distance your graph goes against the baseline. So this is a horizontal line against which you are trying to plot it. Here to here, this will be called the amplitude. Now, what is the reason why we are talking about it? We just plotted a sine function with sine of x, y equal to sine of x. What if we have to plot sine y equal to sine of x by 2? What will happen then? And again, I'm just leaving you guys with some thought. It's just not about plotting a graph on a on a coordinate plane. It's about understanding the behavior of the graph. See, like the example I was giving you guys. Let's say this is my heartbeat represented here. And let's say if I plot and we do echocardiogram of somebody much older to me versus somebody much younger, much more energetic than me. There's a difference between this graph, and this graph. Now you guys are graduating from being a math enthusiast to a doctor who can read this echocardiogram. How would you relate to it? Right? So what we'll do is, so far what we have done is we talked about how do you plot a sine function, cos function and tan function. There's a lot more to decode in this whole journey. It's just not about knowing how to plot it. It's about being able to relate to the concept, how my graph behaves when my angle changes. When I graph x by 2 versus when I try graphing y equal to sine of 2 times x. Yeah? And when we can relate to this, when we try plotting it, then we would know how does the wavelength or period or amplitude of a graph matter to us when it comes to applying it in real life problems. Yeah? Was that too much of a yarn? That's okay. Visali, Aditya, Srikhar, Vasundhara, Datta. Are you guys okay so far or you are feeling exhausted? Okay so far? Srikhar? Okay? So, again, I am not rushing for completing anything. What I'm trying to do is, we are looking at relating our understanding of trig ratios and then interpreting the real life application of that. And again, remember this is part of the syllabus. I'm not trying to teach anything out of the blue. Okay? This is part of the syllabus. But how do we relate this function versus this function versus this function would make us more intelligent or connected to the concept that we have learned with respect to graphing these three functions. Does it sound okay? Relatable? Then there is no point wasting more time with this old man with lot of layers. We will talk again in the next class and we will decode this further. Okay? So far we have just learned how to get exposed to this. Now we are going to go to the next level of exploring it further and relating that as a concept. Yeah? Have fun. Bye bye. Bye bye.